I got to know Dr. Sreekumar through cow grazing channel, through 10-hour cow sustainable course that I watched on YouTube one day, and seeing that just changed my life. It answered the questions that I was looking for, and about spirituality, about farming, about food, about how you're supposed to live life, all those sort of things. So I was really impressed by the full course, and I called Prabhuji after to thank him, and we had a long conversation after I watched that course, and Prabhuji gave me a lot of time and answered all my questions that one night, and I was really impressed, and I did not learn as much as in my life as much I learned in that lecture and with call with Prabhuji. The phone with Dr. Sreekumar, he's waiting, and we'll get to know more about what you guys can learn from this lecture. After learning what we can do in our life and what we can implement in our life. So, Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
So, I know that you're teaching January 29th, a holistic farming course. So, if you can just give an overview of what people can learn from that course, that will really help to the people who might want to join and watch the video, 2 or 3 minutes.
Yes, Prabhu. The farming practices that are now being done by many who are doing farming assures some food, but it is still there is one problem with that, is it is deficient in nutrients.
Yes.
It is called hidden hunger. You may be hungry and you may be
Yes.
taking some food. But
Yes.
what happens is, it has been found that over years of analyzing the nutrient status of the foods, it has been found that more than 70% of the nutrients that were once available in the fruits and vegetables that we are consuming are deficient now.
Yes.
That means there is a hidden hunger in the way we eat, or in what we eat.
Yes.
So these issues are as a result of the farming practices that we do.
Yeah.
So to correct those things, it is a simple method. It is just a common sense approach only. It is not a big technology or anything that is needed. It is only a small thing that correcting that particular thing by knowing more about it. That we call it as ecological literacy. That is, we may be literate to read books, but we are not literate to understand the nature. So to understand that nature, we should be literate in that aspect. It is a new term called ecological literacy.
Mm-hmm.
So that we are planning to deliver to the participants so that they can read the soil, they can read their landscape, they can read their farms. And by that, after understanding that, and by the way they are told to farm, they will be able to eliminate the hidden hunger.
Hidden hunger of the people that gonna use their produce.
Yes, because most of the diseases that you see now is as a result of deficiencies in the food that we eat. Like, an apple a day, now to get the vitamin A that people used to get from one apple, we have to eat 7 apples.
Yes.
The vitamin A that one apple was once providing, we have to eat 7 apples today. That means we are going short of nutrients in the food we eat. Even though we see an apple, we do not know, people do not know that it is deficient in nutrients. Not only apple, almost all the nutrients, milk or whatever you take.
Yes.
It's because, like there's a saying, you are what you eat.
Yes.
So now it is, one more rider is there, you are what you eat eats. That means what the plant gets from the soil, only plant can deliver you as fruit. So then what the plant gets also matters. So it is what you eat eats.
Yes. So basically what you're trying to say is that farmer needs, right now the way we are practicing farming, our soil is not sufficient, it's deficient. So the soil is deficient, it's producing deficient plants. We're eating those deficient plants, that's why we are deficient or we are hungry, essentially. So the practice
people didn't misunderstand that the soil is deficient. Actually, the soil is not deficient. There is no life in the soil. There are no cooks in the soil. If you can see, the life forms in the soil are missing.
Yeah.
Soil
Microorganisms.
is everything in the soil. Everything in the soil is there. But there are no cooks who can cook and give to the plants. They are the microorganisms. That is missing. There is no life in the soil.
So how can we change that? And how does cow play a big role in changing that?
Yeah, see, that is, once that ecological literacy comes in place, you will be taught that there is no farming in nature without livestock.
Yes.
There is no farming. You cannot farm in nature without livestock. If you do farming in nature without livestock, then you will miss all the nutrients. So that missing link is what has caused all these problems. Trying to farm without livestock.
So,
livestock, when you say those animals which we domesticate.
Yeah.
So one of the major animals that we domesticate is the cows.
Cow. Yeah. So once we started domesticating the cows, we kept them on a paved land, on cemented land, instead of letting them graze, and so that their cow dung and manure, cow dung and urine falls on the land. That's food for the land, and land and microorganisms get full food, and they produce good plants, and we eat those good plants and become more healthy. So basically, once we started domesticating the cow and removing it from the land, that has caused the problems.
Yes, that has given rise to the hidden hunger.
Hidden hunger. So Prabhuji,
yes.
So basically, as per my understanding, the people who will be listening to your lecture are either going to be farmers, right? At the end of the day, we want people to practice what is truth, right? And people want to practice what truth is. So they need to understand. So this lecture will help them to understand the truth, right?
Not only farmers, because the consumer intentions, the intentions of farming of a farmer is decided by the consumer actually.
Yes, yes.
Because he produces based on the intentions of the consumer.
Yes.
So the consumer should also be aware.
Yes.
So we are opening for all. It is not only for the farmer and the consumer. Because once the consumer gets informed, he will start to manage the intentions of farming.
That's correct, yeah.
Yes. So he should also be, consumer should also be knowing. And one of the topics that we are covering in that is the real potential of cow's milk.
Yes.
That is one major topic which everybody should attend and understand, because even the consumer and the producer all should know the real potential of cow's milk, and then the real potential of livestock in farming.
Yeah.
Why? And it's so sad to use the word real, because now you see different types. So that is why I'm saying real. That reality comes only when you do the real farming.
Yeah.
And for that you need livestock.
So if you for the cow, because I think consumer is more attracted to the milk. Everyone in India drinks cow's milk, right?
Yes.
So if you can give some few words and educate people, what is real milk of cow's milk, and how we should take it? What is the full process?
Yeah. In short words, what I should say is there is a function for the cow and there is a utility for the cow.
Yeah.
Function comes first. The function of the cow, without knowing the function of the cow, we have seen only the utility of the cow. We have seen fixed the utility of the cow to give us milk.
Yeah.
But the consumer is not knowing, or the farmer is not knowing, that it is not the function of the cow.
Yeah.
So actually the cow has another function.
Great.
That knowledge is all. That is exactly what it is. The function of the cow is what it will do when it is let free.
Yeah.
It will be grazing. The function of the cow is to manage the land. That is, they graze.
Yeah.
And without grazing, there is no point in looking at the utility. If you look at the utility only, the cow will have to go. That means you will get that animal or that species itself eradicated from the world. Because, if a cow does not give milk, you don't want the cow. If a bull, anyway, does not give milk, you don't want the bull.
Yeah.
So the function of any animal, anything you see in this world, anything natural that has been created by the Lord, everything has a function.
Yes.
So for the cow, there is a function. Its role.
Herbivores, all the herbivores.
Herbivores, yes. All herbivores have a function. So if that herbivore's function is not in place, then the utility that you see is not going to do anything good for you.
Yes. So basically, you're trying to say that cows, two things, function and utility. Function, we're just only looking at the utility, which is milk. We're not focusing at the functioning, which is to graze freely on a land.
Yes.
So So
even for a poultry, its function is to aerate the soil. The way they eat is their function. They peck the pest and then they scratch the soil, grasshoppers, and they scratch the soil to do the aeration. And then they feed on certain seeds which they cannot digest, and they act as the seeders. That means they are the ones who propagate that particular plant. So there's a function for a poultry. Now what you see is you don't allow them to touch the land. You keep them only in a cage and try to grow them and just eat them. Then that means they are not doing their functions.
Yes. So one of the practices that I read online and through Joel Salatin's farm and other videos, I saw that they make poultry after cow grazes. So once cow has grazed, all the manure and urine is on the grass, then poultry comes and spread that manure all across the land.
Yeah.
And
so what Salatin has done is he has allowed the functions to happen.
Yeah,
He's a real farmer. No? A real farmer, what is the function of the farmer then? The farmer's function is to see that the other functions are in place.
Yes.
Yeah. So Salatin has understood that and he is doing it.
Yes. So basically, once we are following these practices, we're not abusing land, we are actually healing land. So our purpose should be on healing the land, healing the soil. Once that gets healed, then the produce we eat from that healing land gonna heal us.
Yes.
So customers really need to realize this aspect that what will heal them, what will keep them healthy, what kind of products keep them healthy, so that they demand from the farmer to practice.
Yes.
To practice what will heal them. Okay, please go ahead. Yes.
Now, healing is because there is some problem now. Otherwise, once system is in place, there's nothing called healing. Only it's sustaining.
Sustaining, yes.
Sustaining.
Yes. So right now,
one more thing that we would like to stress in this is that sustainability. People define it as sustainability means it gives you the money, but actually sustainability is that the thing that is giving you the produce should be there even after the produce is taken. That is what sustainability means. That is, if you are working on the soil, after you take a produce from that soil, the soil should remain the same or even better only.
Yes.
That is what really sustainability means. You keep a cow, you take the milk, but the cow dies means that it's not sustainable. You have a mango tree, and then you take the mangoes, and after you pluck the mangoes, the next time it is not able to produce means it is not sustainable.
So basically, it should be perennial, like grass.
The crops can be annual or perennial, that doesn't matter. But the produce, or from where you get the produce, it should remain. It shouldn't be such that, once you do your cropping, then that particular thing, for an annual crop, agreed, the life is short. But the soil on which you planted the annual should remain.
Okay.
That means it shouldn't lose its nutrients or the life, even after you farm. It shouldn't be mining. It should be sustainable. Sustainability is not in the money. Money comes only if the soil or the produce or the thing that gives you the things are sustained, are there. Otherwise, how can it be? The mother is not there. If the cow is not there, how can you get the milk next time?
Yes.
So to make it more clear, I'll tell you, a cow which has a lifespan of 15 to 25 years, now is not able to survive beyond 5 years. That means it's not sustainable farming.
So basically you're saying that right now people decrease the time and they abuse it. So to make it sustainable, it has to be sustainable throughout the time.
Yes.
Throughout the lifespan.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So sustainability is actually in the it's in the function. That function should continue.
Okay. I see. So what is the main 3 points that you want consumers to know? The 3 main points or 5 main points, and what are the main points that farmer needs to know?
No,
in short.
actually both are linked, because
Okay.
the water that a person in the city spoils is the water that the farmers get for their farming.
Yes.
The air that the farmer pollutes actually comes to the consumer also. So it is actually linked.
Everything
Whatever
is linked.
the consumer, everything is linked. So it is nothing that the farmer. It is when you eat, that is actually linked to the farmer.
Yes.
So your intentions, the intention of farming is actually linked to the consumer. He himself is a consumer, first of all. The farmer himself is a consumer. You see in many places, people grow their own food and sell the food which they grow in other wrong ways. That shouldn't be. Whatever the farmer grows is what the consumer also gets. And the farmer should first of all know that he himself is a consumer.
Yes.
And then the consumer should know that he is also a farmer if he eats food. If he is consuming food, means he is actually a farmer also.
Exactly.
Because what he eats is linked to a farmer. So then it is both. It is not that it's a different knowledge for the farmer and different knowledge for the consumer. It's both the same knowledge only.
Yeah. So basically, it's very important for everyone.
You pollute water in the cities. That means you are going to drink. You are going to take a food that has been made from polluted water. You are also part of it.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
This whole world is a family. Yeah. Every decision affects everyone in minor or major scale.
Holistic. That is why we use the word holistic. That means it is actually decision making. It's a decision making process. Holistic and management means it is a decision making process. What to eat, how to live, what are your goals? That is what holistic means.
So that's why this whole course is for everyone. Even everyone.
It is not for a particular group. It is for people who own land, who are consumers, who are farmers, who are, the
dairy owners, livestock owners, doctors, biology students, agriculture students,
even
forestry students.
Also, yes.
Policy makers.
The basic. That's why we use the term ecological literacy.
Yeah.
Ecosystem literacy. Ecosystem literacy. That is what.
So basically, most of us eat very small diet like rice, roti, not that many vegetables, pulses, legumes. So our diet should be also very wide variety of things, right? So we can go, if you can put light on diverse,
Diverse, yes.
So if you can put light on monocropping and multi-cropping and how as a customer determines that farmer is practicing monocropping, because we want more wheat, corn, all that sort of stuff. So if you can put light on the whole cycle so that people get encouraged to eat diverse diet.
Just imagine, yes, Prabhu, just imagine you are a pest, you are born as a pest, and you are in a field where only one crop is grown.
Yeah.
Only one crop is grown. And you have to sustain on that. And what will you do? You will have to eat what is there,
Yeah.
It is there. It is like that. So if you just adjacent to that particular plot where you are growing this crop, there is another area where no crop is grown. Just imagine a crop where you are, a field where you are growing a crop, and the adjacent plot where nothing is grown.
Okay.
The plot where nothing is grown, you will see a diverse crops, diverse
Yes,
plants
yes.
coming up there.
Yes,
Different things.
I see that every day. I see that every day.
Yeah, different things. And one thing that you see there are no pests there. There is no pest attack there. And you see all of them seed, all of them grow, all of them seed. Everything happens to them also without any problem. The mistake that people, why they are doing monocropping is, they think that there is competition in the world. Actually, there is no competition in the world. There is only cooperation or collaboration.
Yes.
See, the other plot where you didn't farm, you see different types of things growing. They are also growing. They are also seeding. Seeding means they are also flowering and they are also giving the crops. No pest attack, nothing. You don't see any pest attack there. But in the field where you have grown only one thing, you see pest attack.
Yeah.
So that means it is all because what we feel in our mind is that there is competition. There is no competition at all. Even in that particular field where different things are growing, of course they all want the sunlight. So they do adjust their growth. Some bend and grow. Some areas where only the sunlight falls, they have the leaves. They also adjust and grow. That means they cooperate or collaborate and grow. And the number two is, see, in creation, if we know that there is a creator in creation, then how can it be that the creators made a particular plan for no use?
Yeah.
Anything that he has created is for some use. So for a grower, when he does just the monocropping, anything that he does not plan for him, it is called a weed. Actually, weed has also, how can we call it a weed? Because it is one of God's creation. Number two, anything that is eaten by the cows, how can it be called a weed? It is a forage only, no? It is a fodder for the cows.
Yes.
So then there is nothing called weed.
So basically, mindset needs to change as well.
Exactly. It is a mindset problem.
Yeah.
That is, we have been taught by the modern education that there is competition.
Yeah.
There is no competition in nature. Everybody lives together. See, the best university that anybody can learn is the forest.
Yes.
You see livestock there. There are different types. In adjacent tree is not the same tree.
Yeah.
Each tree is growing there. There is no competition there.
Yeah. It's just
so it is a mindset problem. It is a problem of the people who teach.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Because science compartmentalize everything. Science doesn't see everything in holistic. They compartmentalize.
That holistic view is missing.
It's missing in science. So they just want to see minimum effort and maximum production of one crop. Yes. How can we do it? But how is it causing other problems, such as you have to use equipment? So they're not putting the cost of equipment, tractors, fertilizers, putting petrol in the equipment, all that sort of stuff. And then the health, how is it depreciating the health, and health expenses doesn't get added. So they just see, okay, I'm putting X amount of money in this land in terms of seeds and fertilizers and how much production it's getting. It's more than the natural, but they don't see the whole expense. It's a holistic expense. Science gets, So, Prabhuji, Yes, go ahead.
Your hand cannot function independently. No, your hand cannot function independently. Your legs cannot function independently. The same way it is a whole. Everything is related. There's no competition.
So, what's the difference between organic farming, natural farming, and cow-based farming? Like, generally, what are the...
Cow-based farming is actually natural farming. That is, in nature, how does it happen? In nature, there is nothing, the nature does not farm without a livestock. So the cow graze farming means that you are incorporating the cow also into that farming method. So actually cow graze based farming is natural farming really, how nature farms.
Okay.
Organic farming, I am not saying anything against organic farming. All farming practices has its own perceptions and why that is why they have made it. Only thing that we, in the cow graze farming, that what we are trying to say is, all the organic farming methods that are going on now is actually dung-based farming.
Yes.
You don't need the cow. You need only the dung or the urine. They don't bother about the cow. But in cow-based farming, we don't touch the dung or we don't touch the urine. We only use the cows.
Even I heard you mentioning that in cow-based farming you don't even use seed. You just let the cow graze on the land and let land produce its own.
Yeah, exactly. If we see the whole land, if anybody has a particular area, that means let's be, for example, if someone has 10 acres of land, in that land, what people do is they keep cows in a small shed and then they take the dung and urine and then they spread it all over the land. Actually, it's not like that. That full 10 acres is a Goshala. And that full 10 acres is a farmland. There's not even an inch of land where you are not farming. But the cows will also be there living in harmony with your farming practices.
Yes.
The full 10 acres is the Goshala and your farmland.
Yes.
So in that case, there's nothing called fertilizing or nothing like that. Everything happens. Because in nature, there is no farming. In nature, nature does not farm without livestock.
Yes.
See, how can you say that in a forest? Oh, this area cows cannot graze. Nothing like that. No, they will pass through every path they will go.
So basically, in the end,
actually, when you hear this, there may be some doubts. But those things can get clarified once they come for the course, no? Because even though they hear this, there will be some doubts, and that is the purpose of this conversation also. Some doubts should be there, so that if they come, we will be very happy to get it set in the right way.
Because they're gonna say that cow will eat their produce. If cow is grazing freely.
No.
So cow will what are they gonna sell out of the land if cow is gonna eat that produce?
That's what I'm telling you.
Yeah.
So is there any tree or any plant in the forest that is not growing because of the animals there?
But the thing is that humans are greedy, right?
All bushes are growing, still animals are living. Yeah. So then why do you worry? That will not happen, Prabhu. As you rightly said, it is a mindset problem.
Yeah. And even if it's once you start producing through natural way, and cow eats your produce, it's not gonna eat all of it. There will be the production is going to be so high that I think, I'm just assuming.
See, if the mango tree goes up, it has grown tall. Anyway, whatever mangoes fall down, only they can eat. For example, I'm telling you. But there is a role in their eating that mangoes. You know how it is? There are pests that attack the mangoes. And when the pest attacks that mangoes, their larva will be inside the mango.
Yeah.
And when the mango falls down, these cows will eat it.
Yeah.
And that cuts the life cycle of that particular pest, and that pest will be controlled. So everywhere, even though the cows move around, even though you see them eating a mango, it is actually to help the food system in place. Because they control the pests. At the same time, the cow gets the mango too. And the same cow will spit out the mango, that seed somewhere, where another mango tree will grow.
Okay. So, Prabhuji, where is the creativity of farmer comes in the whole process? Where is the creativity of the farmer, cleverness or intelligence of a farmer comes in this whole concept?
Very good question. Yes, Prabhu. That is what I told. I told there's a function for a cow, there is a function for a buffalo, there is a function for tree, there is a function for a shrub, there is a function for a grass. So the intelligent farmer's role is to see that all the functions are in place. That is where his intelligence is.
Okay.
He has to ensure that all the functions take place.
Okay.
Yes.
So,
then
basically,
everything. Yes, tell.
So basically his intelligence would be, okay, now the grass has grown to its optimum level, so I should let cow to graze on this land.
Yes.
And then
planning.
And then now cow has grazed on this land, I should be able to rest it until the grass grows at its optimum level. So planning and managing is where
moving the cow. Planning and moving the cows. Yes.
Planning and moving the cows.
When you move the cows, that planning, whatever you are planning is in such a way that all the functions are manifested.
Yes. So there's a lot of discussion nowadays about Desi cows and Jersey and Holstein and everything.
Yes.
So the people who have Jerseys or Holstein, they should start grazing the cows, the same cows as well. Nowadays people give more importance to Desi cows and not give much importance to Jersey and Holstein. If you can please shed light on how should all of us look at the situation?
See, it is more than Desi, it should be local. Whatever local breed, what local cow you have, that is what it's really meant. See, now I'm not trying to criticize anything. What you see now is not because of the love for the Deshi cow or anything. It is love for milk only. See, in India, you see, Gir cows are seen in Kerala. Kerala cows are seen in Gujarat. So that is not what we call Deshi. That is again love for milk only. See, for example, when we attended a course giving a course in Ahmadabad, one question that came was, see, we have heard about the Kerala cows. Their milk is so nutritious. So I would like to keep a Vechur cow. That is Vechur is the name of the breed that is in Kerala.
Yeah.
So what we told them is that, see, that milk is nutritious because of the fodder that is growing there. Exactly. By bringing the cow here, you will not get that nutritious milk.
Yes, because the whole system would be upset of that cow.
Yes. Once you remove a particular plant from its habitat, then you don't call it that particular. See, when you bring Vechur from Kerala, thereafter it is not Vechur. It is another animal. Because it will be eating another food in another place. You cannot expect that Vechur function in Gujarat. So it should be actually, what is happening now is only again fear for the habit of drinking milk is what is again being manifested. We want milk. I want milk, I want to eat it, I want to do that. But then there's a problem, something wrong with that milk that is from the crossbred cow is bad. So what will I do? Then again you are looking for the milk, that cow that gives more milk. So that is why you are again going after milk, not the cow. It is not Deshi cow, it is the local cow. That is a real word.
Local cow.
Local cow should graze on the local diverse fodder, and then only the benefit of that particular milk is manifested to you.
And also the importance of giving milk to the calf. How much important is that? Because people don't give milk to the calf. They use it all, or very few people.
That is I'm telling you. It is not that they are after the Deshi cow. It's not love for the cow or anything. It's love for the milk. Because the same I've seen many farms, Deshi cow farms in India, wherein the calves are starving. That means their potential or what they think about the cows is that milk. They are not understanding that the calf, when it takes the milk only, it grows. They feel that it's something else that you have to feed the calf. So, actually I am not fighting for that. I am only saying a calf needs a share. It also has a share. And you also have a share. First we have to see that the function of the gland is established. That is the mammary glands or the udder's function is to feed the calf.
Yes.
You see that happens. and then go for the excess. That is your share.
Yes.
So what we are trying to stress is that the calf share should be given, because once a calf gets its share, then only its full production capacity will be manifested. That means that particular calf will be able to give you more than 10% more than its mother.
Yes.
But in the present circumstances, when you starve the calf, you will have to look for some other cow.
Yes. So that's what the but that's where man comes in, right? How to utilize bull, calf,
Yeah.
cow.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. The man's duty is to establish the functions.
Function here.
He has to see that the functions are in place.
Mm-hmm.
So he doesn't know what function is. He's only looking at the utility. Anything you see, farmers are looking only at the utility. They should be, that is what I'm telling you, ecosystem literacy. That is very important. And that is one of the things that we have included in our course, that the first part is on ecosystem literacy. Only when you understand the ecosystem, then only you can understand what farming should be.
So basically, the thing with humans are, they should find solution naturally. If there's a problem that comes up of even a pest, or suppose there is a demand for some certain crop, and understanding that not going after that, right? Keep doing the natural way, direct link with the customer, right? Sell it locally. Have communication with people, educate them. So it's
anything you are growing, even if it is cotton, whatever crop you are seeing, it can be grown in a diverse way, not needing to be monocropping. Everything can be grown diverse way.
Yes.
See, if you see the statistics, more than 50% of the corn that is grown is for the animals.
Exactly. Yeah.
So then why do you want to grow for them? They know to graze. So they are self-eaters. You didn't do anything for them.
They just,
it is so simple.
And the digestive, as in the course you taught us that in the digestive system is only designed to digest grass.
That is how it is digested. That is the function of that particular stomach.
So
that's I'm telling you, ecosystem literacy. That is what people need now.
And the thing in India is they can graze 12 months a year.
Definitely.
So
they can graze. Prabhuji, the thing is, now a child that is born, he sees a bare soil. So for him, if you talk about grazing 365 days, he will say, no, it is dry, because he has not seen it. Mm-hmm. So something that he has to understand means, it will only come in place once the system, all the functions are in place. That is exactly the healing process. So some things that the present generation is not seeing is because there has been some aberration in the farming process. When the functions are in place, you will see grass throughout the year.
I think the other thing is people lack patience. They want quick results. So this kind of farming will take some time, but eventually it will produce results more than even probably you expected. Like it would be.
That is what is holistic. Holistic planning means what is your aim in life? What is it that you want to achieve? That is the thing, no?
Yeah.
Then if you want to achieve life means there is a way.
Yes. So right now, if someone has to start farming, what kind of livestock and animals he should get first and start farming? So cow, for example, cow is required for sure.
Yeah,
that's number one.
That depends on the place where you are living.
Okay.
The terrain, the landscape, the place where you are living. So everything locally, see, everything is there, Prabhu. Wherever you are living, there is a livestock there that adapts to that area. There is a type of food, there is a type of crop that locally grows there. That is what we have to look around. We need only just look around and try to establish the functions. Then your farming is in place.
So basically,
I shouldn't say this, but still I'm just giving you a hint.
Yeah.
See, there is a lot of pest repellents that are produced in this world, maybe organic or inorganic.
Yeah.
But the pest that you have to really manage is the human being. Huh?
It's,
that particular pest is damaging all the other pests. Huh? Understood?
Yeah,
So why don't we see ourselves as a pest?
Yes, we are. We are like cancer, eating everything.
So see, when we see a fly as a pest, why don't you think how the fly will think?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I agree.
We are the major pest. Yes.
Yes.
So that means, that's not, there is no competition. Everybody has a function. That function has to be in place. And for that function has to be in place, there should be literacy in terms of ecosystem.
The thing is, that pest is the greed. We think we want more and more and more and more and more. And that greed is actually destroying.
Yes, true.
It's, it's hard to satisfy people.
Yes.
People like people want to eat ghee. Doesn't matter what it comes from, what's the source, but they just want, now it's medicinal ghee and people will just go after.
Yes.
I want ghee. So,
as I told, that function and utility.
Yeah.
That function, when you understand function, you will, when the function proceeds to necessity, but the utility proceeds to habit. Now, when you see a particular thing, utility a product, you see a product's utility only, that creates habits. And it's very difficult to change a habit.
Very
so
difficult.
Why that you are saying that key issue is because of the habit that he has created, because it is based on the utility. But
Yes.
necessity is different. Necessity is a different thing. What do you say? Habit and necessity are different. No. So, but necessity comes in place only when you follow the function.
Yeah.
But when you follow the utility, you end up in a habit. It is very difficult to change.
We can slow the process, but the way we are going, it's actually very hard to change.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. You have to put them in the right place, no? Then everything will be okay.
So
it's a slow process. It is a Prabhuji, you once in the conversation you said it is a slow process. Actually, the process is not slow.
Mm-hmm.
This process, the slowing is actually in changing our mindset only. See, once our mindset, everything is very fast. Very fast. The time that we are taking is only to change the mindset.
It's just the thing is, the people who start farming, they already start farming looking at the utility. That I'm going to start farming for dairy, or I'm going to start farming for fruits, or I'm going to start farming for.
You have to farm to restore the functions, not for utility.
Yeah.
So and everything is in place. You have plenty of time to celebrate.
Yeah. So that's the whole thing, that you gotta change the mindset. Like, I am fruit farmer, I am herb farmer, I am flower farmer. Just farm.
Yes.
let the land decide. Let the land decide.
Yes. Yes.
And the thing with the Ayurveda and everything is like, you have to eat seasonally, seasonal fruits, seasonal everything.
No, exactly.
Nowadays we get apples 12 months a year, mangoes 12 months a year. We get, so it's impossible. Like even the apple, if it's grown locally and you're eating with the season and that land produces apple, that apple is as medicinal as, I think, ghee, right?
Exactly. Yes. Actually, one more thing that we have to be very careful is, our mouth is to consume nutrients, not medicines.
Yeah.
So consume nutrients. So, why should we consume medicines? We have to consume food. Food is teeth is to consume food, not to consume medicines, not to crush medicines. No, it is to crush the juice or to crush the food. So we should be eating our food, which is nutritious, and that will prevent all our diseases. Yeah. So as you rightly said, the seasonal food will give you the nutrients. Let us not use the word medicine.
Yeah. Yeah, nowadays our pharmaceutical budget is going up bigger than the food budget. The amount of money we spend to make medicines is getting more than the amount of money we spend to grow food.
Yes, true.
So it's a imbalance
Yes.
in society.
Yes.
So basically, whoever is going to start farming needs to actually understand the function of every aspect of nature.
Yes.
How does nature work?
Everything, yes, exactly. How nature functions.
How nature functions, and then with time find what will keep it sustainable.
Yes.
So it's so Prabhuji, I see that the lecture is going to be in Agrawal Farms,
Yes.
right? So if you can tell us a little bit about their story, how did they start, so people can get an idea how the land was, and that's what they did, the kind of problems they faced.
No, actually that particular plot, that land, it's like, it's so sandy, when you walk also, our feet used to go down, and then when the wind comes, we would be fully immersed, the full sand will be on our body. That much erosion was there, but wind erosion was there. Now you see that, we have established the function, the grass, growth, everything has come. So now even if a wind comes, you will never be fully dusted with the sand. The erosion has come less. And last year, it's actually something good for us, because last year we could graze them at least for 2 months without anything else. Because that much improvement has taken place. And we are actually measuring the organic carbon also. It is steadily improving.
Oh, nice.
The 20% improvement is there just in the every year we are seeing an improvement in the organic carbon. That means that is what we call sustainability. Sustainability means the measure that you are taking. If you are taking the carbon, then every year it has to improve. Then only you can say it is sustainable. The practices now which they are following now is a sustainable way, in a sustainable way. That means there are many things that we have to actually see to make things sustainable. How many numbers can be there? Many issues are there, like how many cows we can keep. Those things are also important. So in the course, we will say anybody who is having land, how many cows he should keep, how they should be grazed, what all crops you can grow. All those things will be discussed so that, you can actually start thinking on how to farm. Such a thing. That is why we use the word common sense approach to farming. It is so simple.
So basically, the model of the farming is going to be different for different farmers, because the type of land they're going to have.
Naturally, definitely. That is one of the parts. That is what we call ecosystem literacy. We have to teach people according to your area. There's a different type of soil. It's a different type of crop. The way you have to farm is different. That knowledge has to be there. Now, that is why, people are now growing strawberry in India.
Yeah.
So that is not the way. There's a place where strawberry has to be grown. There's a place for that has to be grown. And then, so like that information is one of the major things that they should all know. From where are they coming? So which are the crops that can be grown there? What is the season? What type of soil it is there? All this knowledge has to be there.
I see. So basically, if there's a person who's sick and has some sort of disease, and they start farming this way and start producing, start living with cows and start eating produce from natural farming, do you think that would heal them, or do you think that those kind of people should also look into?
Don't simply say disease. Say he's having cancer.
Yeah.
Let a person be having cancer come. He can surely get it cured. There is nothing more dreaded than that. No, people are afraid of cancer only. Let a person have cancer. Let him come forward. Be on that land. Start farming the right way. Eat the right food, not the medicine. Eat the right nutritious food. He will be cured. Prabhuji, all these cancers, everything is because of deficiency in nutrients.
Yes, disease is disease.
Yes, it is only deficiency of nutrients. Once the nutrients thing comes in place, you will never have any disease.
And also, how is this farming would support the climate, and how the farming we are doing right now affects the climate? If you can put a little light on that as well.
see, keeping a soil bare.
Yeah.
You're keeping a soil bare because once you crop something and then you cut off the crop and then the soil becomes bare. So just imagine the sunlight is falling on that soil. It becomes too hot.
Yeah.
So naturally, what will happen on that particular, it starts to crack and the water, whatever water is there also goes, and then you lose all the carbon in such a condition. But that how it is happening. Number two, see, you just imagine you have a pot of clay pot where you want to plant a particular plant. And then you put the soil into it and then you pour water and you plant. And you forgot to put a hole beneath so that, you do not want the water to go drain away. So for how many days will the water remain there in that pot? Just imagine. You have a pot and you have filled the soil and you poured some water. For how many days will it remain moist? And then you see another pot where you put a small hole beneath and you poured water. In both the cases, for how many days will the water remain in both the cases? If you see where you have put the hole beneath, the water gets drained fast.
Yes.
That means the moisture will be drained fast. That is exactly what is happening in places where you are doing farming with borewells. You have dug a hole beneath, and then what water retention can you do? Your topsoil will never be wet. It will always be dry only. So to keep that wetness, you have to again pump from that borewell up. So borewell farming is not farming.
Yeah.
There is a function for that water below, for that aquifer below to be there. There is a function. It's not for you to drain out. All these things maintain the climate or the heat in that globe, our Earth. So you have drained that cooling mechanism from there. You have kept your soil bare. All these will mount to more warmth.
So basically, then if we are not boring, then how are we getting water for ourselves? Through rivers? The most efficient.
That's what I told you. A child that is born today, he will be seeing that the water comes from the borewell. But that was not in the past. Borewells only, it is a recent discovery. It is not that many years back, it was not there. So even then, before that also, people were farming. So the source of water is actually rainwater only. Farming should be based on the rainwater only. And what your land should be doing is ready to catch the water. You should farm in such a way that whatever water falls on your land, you have to catch it.
So catch it with pond?
Pond or something. No, I didn't mean pond. Your soil is the best reservoir of water. The soil is the best reservoir of water. And it's the biggest reservoir of water. You have to make your soil in such a way that means your farming practices. If you allow the functions to take place, then your soil will hold the water for you to farm year round.
So basically you're saying that you don't even have to put water, like no dripping, irrigation or nothing.
That is all technology. That is all mechanical agriculture. It is mechanical farming. No, that is not technological farming. No. In nature's farming, see, who is doing the drip irrigation in the forest?
Yes, yeah. No one, yeah.
Let me tell you, I told you before, the main plot where you are growing a crop, there's an adjacent plot where you see different types of weeds growing. Who is doing the drip irrigation there?
No one, yes.
Still things are growing year round. Year round things are growing there.
Yes.
Yes.
That is right.
So that's what I'm telling you. The pest that we have to really control is the human being. Everything will be in place.
Yeah. It will take some time because, as you said, it's hard to change habits.
Yeah, time is only needed to change the human being, but the other thing is actually in place.
Yes. Because human beings do what is convenient, right?
Yes, yes.
It's, whatever is easy and convenient, we do that, but it's causing a lot of problems.
Yes, Prabhu.
Until we hit crisis, we don't change.
Yes, yes.
So it's so that's the whole problem. Are you guys will be recording the lectures?
Yes, yes, they'll be recording.
They'll be recording and it'll be uploaded. Okay.
Yes, yes.
It's been in almost an hour, so I think we should be
Yes.
ending this. I think we had a good conversation, good content.
Yes, Prabhu.
Is there anything that we missed that you want to try to tell people
No, Prabhu.
and tell me?
No. You are intelligent enough to ask the right questions.
Thank you. I'm still learning. Hopefully one day
Yes.
start my own farming. So a lot of questions that that I get. The number one question that I get is, what is the purpose of bull? People now, I know it's very hard to tell people what is the purpose, because the purpose of bull is same as any other livestock, which is grazing. So so what do you think why people ask these kind of questions again and again, and they don't understand?
Because they do not know the function of that animal. That is why they are looking only at the utility. No.
Yeah, they're looking at milk.
See, once you know the function of a cow, see, cow doesn't mean only that one which gives milk. Cow, when I say cow, I include the bulls also.
Yeah.
See, the function of that particular species is the same, whether it's a cow or a bull. The second aspect is, one bull is having the genital gland is different and the genital gland of the cow is different. So then that particular organ function will be different. But otherwise, they both are the same only, There is only difference in their genital organs.
That is right. So just a thought came in my mind. Back in the day, all the saints and everyone used to go and just ask someone to provide them food. Like they were not greedy. Whatever nature provided, whatever someone gave them, they ate it. Right?
The same rishis are now in the Himalayas. What do you think they are growing there? They are not growing anything.
Yeah.
Yes.
So whatever nature provides, and I was thinking, even all the animals that go in the morning, come in the night, sleep, nature provides them food.
Yes, Prabhu.
All the animals in forest get food. Nature provides them food no matter what. No one goes die starving.
Yes.
It's just us who are starving.
Yeah, that's something. See, actually, farming is something that only the human beings do. Otherwise, all other living beings are living without doing any farming now.
Any farming, yeah.
So nature has put everything in its place for everybody to live peacefully. I'm again telling you, the only thing that has to be really controlled is the mindset of the human.
I think we started farming because of the greed, because we wanted more of one crop, or we were not satisfied with whatever nature was providing. So we were using our own cleverness in a way that is causing disease. So we started deforesting and started growing crops, one type of crop.
Because we saw the utility. We only saw the utility.
Yeah, we only saw the utility. We didn't see the function. And holistic function, as per se.
Yes. The function means it is holistic. When you see the function, that is called holistic.
That is right. That is right. Yeah. So you get to visit a lot of farms in India, and you're seeing a good difference, because we have talked a lot about negative things. Are there any positive things coming out? People are changing.
Wherever we have been able to pass on the message, or over whom we are able to make understand that the functions are more important than utility. For them, you see, that the way they are farming, the way the cows see. First thing that we are trying to establish that the share of the calf. That is where we are struggling to make people understand. So many farms where we have visited, wherein they have accepted it, you see, calves totally different.
Yeah.
How they have become and how they have understood it. And so, see, that itself creates a change in their mindset.
Yes.
Many things that they have been seeing or hearing is, and someone else says, no, don't give milk to the calf, the calf will have diarrhea. So now those people have understood that calf will never have diarrhea if it drinks milk. How can a calf have diarrhea when it drinks its mother's milk?
Yeah.
It cannot be there. So that is all something, some mistake has taken place somewhere, and that is being spread. So it will take some time. As you so know, even your effort, I'm so happy that you are also putting your effort, your role as a farmer. See, you are also a farmer actually. When you spread the message, you are also a farmer. It's not that you are only the person who grows. No, everybody together. Certainly there is nothing called competition. Everybody has their role. It's a message for all, not only for a person who's actually in the farm. Everybody.
Yes.
The consumer is also a farmer.
Because I was trying to, I'm like, I cannot farm right now. What can I do right now to
No.
to contribute?
You spread the message. Spread the message and be a part of it. Be a part of a farmer. Why is it that you have to own a cinema theater to see a movie? You can go to a theater and see, no. The same way you can be a part of a farm. You can go there if you know any farm nearby. You can be there, assist him, help him. In that way you are also farming.
That is right. Yeah. Yes. So as humans, a lot of people, so basic thing is grow local, eat local, live local. Like that's also a message.
Yes.
So we shouldn't look at things that are imported. Like every village should actually support local farmers, eat the local food.
Yes.
And so there should be a collaboration between, so community needs to grow out of farmer basically. Majority of a community needs to start farming if we all want to heal the land.
Yes, everybody is a part of farming. It's not
farming here.
Some particular person. Everybody is a farmer.
Because everyone is eating. We need food.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
So everyone is farmer. Okay, Prabhuji, I know you're really busy.
No, nothing like that.
I'll probably
So happy that it's good that you took this initiative. Let us see how things will happen.
Yes, I'm trying to spread the word on Facebook and blog. Let's see. There's a lot of people that still emotional about cow, right? They don't understand the function. They're just emotionally attached.
Yes.
So they don't give time to understand what's the real purpose of cow and livestock. It's just we all are emotionally attached out of our sentiments, but we don't go deep. We don't put time and deep. So that's why I'm encouraging every one of my readers to in India and all across the world to listen to your videos and understand the lecture, because there's very valuable information, because this information is very scattered. It's very rare to find that all this information is at one spot and you get to know it from one spot, because nobody, so someone is a farmer, someone is a nutritionist, someone is environmentalist, someone is a spiritual leader, someone is industrialist. It's a lot of things that are scattered, and everyone is telling their own point of view. Here in this lecture, there's a holistic point of view of life, So every single information is very scattered, and you can see how everything is related and how everything is one. So if someone is intelligent enough to understand and realize and observe these kind of things, they can actually get a very valuable information from just one course,
Yes,
And then people actually get to learn once they start practicing, but at least they have a path or overview.
Yes. Yes.
So thank you. I can't thank you enough in my life. Hope to see you sometime.
Yes.
And we'll stay in touch.
Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.